Louis raised regarding the setup of VPS, and I'm just going to run through how we've set it up and to demonstrate to Louis how we get our FXBlue operating and all of those components working on our VPS. So I'm just now going to, I'll just share my screen. All right, so I'll just explain how we've set this up. Now this is, we're operating our SQX programs on this one, Louis, but the same thing's going to be for your in-house programs.
Right.
So we set up our first tab. Now what I've done here is I've used actually an instrument called Dash. It's not, this doesn't mean dashboard. This is an instrument called Dash, which is, I think, one of the cryptocurrencies, but I use it to house my FXBlue.
Right.
The reason we've chosen that is because we're not going to trade that, so that avoids any confusion.
Okay. So it's just, yeah. Okay, I got you. Understood.
It's a market we will never ever trade. So
right.
I've just allocated that market to our FXBlue, and what you do from FXBlue, you download their, I think it's called their publisher.
Right.
Your settings down here. What I do is I have it set to, where is it?
You can almost stick to the defaults there anyway.
Yeah, here we go. See, that's public. I get it to publicize every 5 minutes. So what it does is it just every 5 minutes does a recalculation of your entire portfolio and sends the details to FXBlue.
Okay.
And that's the only thing I set up on there. And then, so once that's loaded there, it'll track all of the activity.
So it's similar, Rich, to like a my FX book, like a similar. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Got you. Right. So why did you go up for this one as opposed to that one? Is this one get better functionalities or?
This is good because it does portfolios.
Okay.
So, like, it's very good for portfolio work, and also, if, for instance, we run one account off this particular account, which is Pepperstone, and say we had another broker, say FX Open or something like that as another broker, if we put them onto FXBlue as another account, you can link the account so you can then give a consolidated portfolio across all accounts on FXBlue. It's very handy.
Right.
So in other words, you know, as we're getting bigger and bigger with our diversified portfolios, we don't want to be necessarily limited to one brokerage account. We might need to expand across multiple. So that's a really good reporting function.
Right. Understood. Yeah. Got you.
Now, I know we've covered this before, Rich, but we'll say it again. If you've got a resource issue with your VPS, you want to try and minimize the activity that's on the VPS. So at the moment, if you look at Rich's Market Watch there's probably more instruments there than we actually trade. And so if you actually turn off the instruments that you're not trading, that's a bit less impost on the system. The other thing you can do is you can minimize, if you go to the tools options, Rich, looking at the chart, if you look at the maximum history there, you can see we've only got 10,000 bars in there. The default is a lot larger. So the more history that's being captured and the more history that's on the screen, again, the more resources being chewed up. So you can get rid of that. There's other things you can get rid of on here. You can get rid of the show trades and show open, high, low, close. Rich has chosen to leave them on, but you can get rid of those. Also, if you go to a normal chart and have a look at a typical chart, you can see there's some text on the right-hand side that comes from the EA. Again, if you've got the option, you might turn that off. The less information that's been asked to display on the chart, the better. Don't load any indicators on because indicators just chew up resources as well.
Got you. And the details on the right hand side there, Fred, that's from the SQX. You wouldn't get that on the in-house solutions, would you?
No, we're not using that. That's part of SQX. And
right.
In SQX, there is the option to display or not to display. Richard's happy to see it there, and we've got 58 trades or something running at the moment, and we haven't run into any resourcing issues, but depends on your VPS and memory, etc., that you're subscribing to as to how much information or how much resource takes up. The other thing you can do is you can minimize all the charts. So that, again, the less information that the system is being asked to display at any one point in time, the less resource hungry the operation is going to be.